Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm back with another nail tutorial, and this time I did a fall inspired autumn nail design. This is really easy to do even for beginners. If you're beginners in Gel X, I'm going to be talking a lot in detail how to make your Gel X nails last up to 5 weeks. I've had clients come back to me after 8 weeks and their nails are still on, so I know that my prep skills are flawless. It's gonna give you guys the same results as well. So make sure that you pay attention in the nail prep area of this video. If you guys have any questions, please comment down below. I'm gonna make sure to answer any questions that I didn't answer in this video. But yeah, I'm so excited to show you guys how I did this design. It's a lot more simpler than what I usually go for, but I felt like autumn, this was perfect. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm going to start by prepping my natural nail, and I'm applying some cuticle softener, to moisturize all the cuticles, soften them up so I can push the cuticles back. I'm doing this very gently, and I'm holding the tool almost flat to the nail so I don't damage my natural nails. And basically what I'm doing is scraping off the dead skin that's stuck on the natural nail plate. If any of you have been struggling with nail retention extensions not lasting more than 2 or 3 weeks, then I think the problem is in nail prep and cuticle care. It's really crucial that you buff the nails and also remove the dead skin off of the natural nail plate, because when the dead skin is still stuck on that nail, it can cause liftings and air bubbles and things like that. But anyways, this 240 grit should not be damaging to your natural nails. It should just be a light buff to add some texture, which is super important in making them last long. Now I'm going in with my nail file and just filing my natural nails into a round shape so that they grow out beautifully underneath my extensions. This is the most satisfying part of this whole cuticle process, in my opinion. I'm going in with this cuticle bit and going with a speed of 4,000 RPMs. Usually I use 5,000 or 6,000 RPMs, but this time I'm going a little slower just to show you guys the actual process. And I'm going very gently, not pushing down on anything, applying very light pressure. It's almost like you're pushing back your cuticles. And then that's really going to help lift the cuticle up so you can trim it more easily. And this is just the most satisfying part. I feel like I'm obsessed with this. I love cleaning my cuticles. And it's definitely been a process where I had to learn how to cut them. And I made plenty of mistakes in the beginning, and I've cut myself before. So be very cautious and be very careful with this process. Because if you cut yourself and you get gel on there, you can possibly get an infection or some allergic reaction. So be very careful with this and make sure you sanitize through every step. Also, I just want to mention that this whole process should be very painless. Nothing should be hurting you, and if you're hurting yourself, then it's not the correct way you're doing it. So I just wanted to make that clear, that what you're cutting is dead skin and it should not be live skin. I'm going in with some lint-free pad and sanitizing alcohol to sanitize and remove any oils off of my natural nails. And then I'm also going to go in with some dehydrator. I want to mention that I don't use any primer on me or my clients. I just find that primer doesn't work for me and it's quite useless. I don't use primer, and all the nails I've done lasts up to 2 months with no liftings. So I don't really think it's necessary, but you guys can try it out and see for yourself. I'm applying a thin layer of gel nail glue, curing that for 60 seconds, and I'm going to size my Appraised Gel X extensions. These are natural almond medium. And once you've sized them, I'm going to buff the inside of the extensions to add some texture. This really helps with retention, so make sure you don't skip this step. And once I've buffed them all, I'm going to apply a thin layer of gel glue in the extension, and then also apply a little bit of blob of that gel nail glue on the end and press it down slowly while curing it. If this is your first time doing Gel X extensions, then it's going to take you some few tries to get the right amount of gel glue so it doesn't spill all over the ends of your nails. I just really hate it when you put too much gel and there's like a big chunk of it on the ends. So just keep trying it and don't cure it until you're satisfied. Now that you've cured it all for 60 seconds, I'm going to go in with my 240 grit sanding band again and blend in that extension into the natural nail. So you guys can see I'm really going around the cuticle to make sure that it's blended in and it's all seamlessly one. And then also buffing the whole extension itself. This is going to help you with prepping the nail so the gel doesn't peel off or anything. It's always really good to add some texture when you're doing gel. I'm going to show you guys this process called sealing the cuticle. Similar to what I did with the nail sanding band, I'm going in with this ceramic bit that's a little bit more harder to use because it's just a lot more rough. And I'm going in with this tool to make sure that everything is blended so smoothly that you can't even tell it's an extension. This is like one of my key tricks in making them look like your natural nails. Just really blending them. And then I'm going in with some acetone. Acetone melts plastic, so when I apply it around the cuticle, the plastic melts onto your natural nail and just blends that in. And this whole process is called sealing the cuticle. And it's also a very crucial step in making them last longer. Now I'm going in with base coat. A lot of people argue that you don't need base coat, but I've personally had a better experience doing gel by using base coat, so I'm just going to apply base coat on all of those extensions and then curing that for 60 seconds. I'm going in with this really deep red shade, and I'm gonna apply 2 coats of this on my thumb, my middle finger, and my pinky finger. This is gonna be the design I'm doing, so you guys can follow with me on what I'm doing or change it up a little bit. You guys can change the color if you want, but I'm really in love with this really deep wine red color. It's almost looking like it's brown, but when you see it in the light, it has like a reddish shine to it. So I'm also going in with my brush to clean up the edges with some acetone. And for my index and ring finger, I'm going in with the OPI Bare My Soul nude shade, and I'm applying 2 coats of that on both my nails. I'll show you guys a really easy trick when doing French nails. I know a lot of people struggle with French nails. I will be honest, like French nail designs are one of the hardest designs to do because it's all about symmetry. And so you guys can just watch me do it. I'm just applying that gel polish everywhere on the tip and then cleaning it up with a brush dipped in acetone. And this is probably the fastest method of doing a French nail design. It's not always the most accurate and clean looking one, but I feel like it does a pretty good job. So if you guys are like not so confident in using a brush, a liner brush, then I definitely recommend this method. Anyways, if you've been following the video, you saw that I added this orange tone nude onto my ring finger. Now I'm going to apply a thin layer of blooming gel. This is really going to help with the design we're doing. And then I'm adding little dots, not in a perfect like circular shape or anything. I'm also playing this in real time so you guys can see how the gel is going to bloom. And this is what blooming gel does. So it was really important that you add a thin layer of blooming gel underneath this design. Don't cure the blooming gel and then just add dots. And this is how it eventually blooms. And then I'm just adding like a second layer on top for the black polish. And then once you like it, that way you can cure it and freeze it. To add a bit more depth to this tortoise design I'm doing another layer of blooming gel and then applying more black polish. I just really want the black to pop and really make it look realistic. So I'm even like going everywhere with the black, overlapping some areas, as you can see, and letting that bloom. And now it's turned into this really beautiful tortoise design. And this is probably one of the easiest designs you can do. You just need blooming gel. And I'll link all the products down below on my Amazon storefront so you guys can see. I also added a very small gold bead on the French design that you saw. And now that I've applied that, I'm going to apply top coat. I'm using non-wipe top coat. I think it gives the best shine and glossiness to the whole design. Top coat is my favorite part of the whole process because it just is the cherry on top of just completing the look. So once you're happy with the design, you can top coat it. Make sure you go over every single area and cure it all for 60 seconds. So I hope you guys enjoyed this really in detail tutorial. I hope you guys learned a lot about nail retention, and again, all the products I used is in the link down below. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in my next video.